Hi, I'm Roger Bonds at physiciancareeradvisor.com. Thank you for taking time to learn more about how you can take the next positive step in your medical career. I've been working with physicians and their partners and employees since 1987 and have seen a tremendous amount of change over the years. If anything, the market is more precarious than ever, and every physician needs to be extremely careful to navigate his or her way through these treacherous waters. Some of these physician contracts are so bad nowadays that I feel like Fox Mulder on X-Files when he said, "Trust no one." So we've learned to ask a lot more questions, but fortunately we know what and how to make these contracts better, so don't despair. Our topic today is, what are some of the most important areas for a new employment or partnership contract? But first realize that the contract is just a representation of the job. There is no way it can comprehensively describe everything, nor can you and I rewrite it to protect you in all situations. We primarily want the job, that is the contract, to be fair and give you plenty of opportunity to practice medicine in the way that you see fit, take care of your patients, and make a great income. You deserve all of that. Now, I've personally reviewed over 1,000 physician contracts in my career and written or rewritten many more for the employers. Yes, that's right. I work both sides of the fence, so I'm acutely aware of what each side is thinking and how they'll react. Also know what is fair, and I personally have an obsession with stopping the abuse that many physicians seem to too often receive. But there's no standard contract because every medical organization is different, whether it's a private practice, a large clinic, hospital, university, or managed care company. Now, here are some of the major areas of concern that we have with specific contract sections. Now, we also have some points on here that we're asking you to be sure to find out about information about that quote employer, whether it's in the contract or not. Oftentimes we have a string of emails called points of clarification. Those are called POCs. We'll have those POCs with the employers. So let's start simple. What's the term of the contract? That is, when does it start and end? A lot of times that's left out. But along with that, how is it renewed and for how long? Are there special requirements for renewal? Are there benchmarks? What about the location of the clinical practice? If it's important to your specialty, where's the OR, the surgery center, imaging, or other services? Sometimes we even add these details in the contract or have those points of clarification POC emails that clarify what we have and what we don't have, which locations or facilities you'll be using. Speaking of locations, personally, are you going to be able to live nearby? And what does your spouse or significant other think about all of this? A lot more on that later. Something else that is often overlooked. Are you going to have a real office or just a refurbished closet or share a desk with other doctors? Get it in writing. And if you think we're talking about too many details on here and being paranoid, absolutely not. Just in the last 3 weeks, I've had both of those situations. That's what made me think to add that to this video. And I've seen this time and time again over the years. You know, having a refurbished closet, this was for a urologist and also for a surgeon who was a subspecialist who went to age 34 to share a desk with 3 other people. That's not acceptable. And we told them that in 48 hours. It did take them 48 hours, but they did get that contract changed to include that. Then what about your support staff, both clinical and non-clinical? Who are they? What is their training, and who do they actually report to? Next, what technology do they have for your specialty? What medical record software do they utilize, and do they offer the iPad or other device that you need to function? Do they have up-to-date medical devices and medical equipment? Now, have you done a background check on these physicians that practice in the hospital? What is their malpractice history? Their history is going to greatly impact your malpractice costs now and in the future. We may need to change the contract based on what we find out. And how are they financially? Do you at least run a credit report or not on them? Have you seen their financials? I would never suggest you jeopardize your career and move you, your career, your family without knowing if they can at least pay their bills. And who pays for the malpractice insurance during your work there? And your tail coverage should you ever leave? And do you need them to pay your tail coverage where you worked in the past? Now, what is the call coverage? Is it really evenly distributed? We'll need to do a separate video just on that topic. That is a constant problem. What will they do to market you to build your practice is the next question. Or do they have plenty of patients already? If this is a significant concern for you, we just don't want to take their word for it that they're going to do all of this marketing. We want it in writing. Now, a particular point that's a big problem. Do they have a restrictive covenant or no compete clause that is reasonable? And what is the definition of reasonable? Did you know it varies in every organization depending on their particular market? What are the details for what I call my 4 B's? Base pay, bonus, buy-in, and benefits. Now you can have buy-in that can be very helpful even if you're an employee with a large medical center or a major university. So let's see if they have something to offer there that will sweeten the deal. A lot of times you don't get those options later on. You have to ask early on. Now in future videos we'll go into detail on these areas and a lot more. But let me tell you this, when I review a contract, it's just the tip of the iceberg. You need to do your homework when you're finding good positions to consider and ask questions about the employer. So be careful and find the best position for you, both personally and professionally. You need to be in the driver's seat after all. It's your life. If you want to know more, please like this video and subscribe. Go to physiciancareeradvisor.com and get my free newsletter. Find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and invite me to speak at your next national conference or grand rounds. Call my office at 770-649-7150. My extension is 203, or text me at 770-356-9541. I promise you, you can find me. You have a tremendous future ahead of you. See you next time.